I'm Mark Callahan, Mr. Saltwater Tank, coming to you on behalf of SaltwaterAquarium.com. Now that you've got your tank picked out, the next thing you need is rock and sand. Now, one of those things is optional, but before we can get into that, you need to understand what rock and sand do for a saltwater tank. Rock and sand both provide surface area for biological filtration. Biological filtration is the bacteria and other bugs that help filter your tank's water and to keep it healthy. Rock for your nano tank isn't optional, but sand is. Running a saltwater tank without sand is called a bare bottom tank. Saltwater aquarium hobbyists sometimes prefer a bare bottom tank so they can get more flow for their corals. Now, flow is not going to be an issue in most of the nano tanks, as these tanks are small and the pump from the back chamber provides enough flow for what we're going to be doing with the tank. I also prefer a sand bed in my tank for a couple reasons. I like the look. Whenever I go to the beach, I see sand. Whenever I'm snorkeling or diving reefs, I see sand. Therefore, having sand in my saltwater tank looks natural to me. And certain fish and invertebrates need sand to feel comfortable. For example, in the 10-gallon water box cube, the goby shrimp pair that I'm putting in here, they need sand. If I don't have the sand, I don't get to keep those fish and invertebrates. On all the nano tanks, I'm using Two Little Fishy's Outstanding Selections natural bottom sand in the 2 to 3 millimeter size. The 15-pound bag will be enough for all the nano tanks, and you don't have to use all 15 pounds. You only want to use enough sand to make a depth of 1 to 2 inches. Alright, the non-optional part, rock. Rock's main function is to provide biological and mechanical filtration for your tank. And it provides a place for fish to hide and a place for you to place corals if you want to go for a reef tank. Now that's a saltwater tank with corals. Pro tip, the more places that your fish have to hide, the less they actually will. Therefore, don't be afraid to give them lots of caves, swim-throughs, and tunnels in the rock work so that they have a place to feel safe and comfortable. The arrangement of the rocks in a saltwater tank is called aquascaping. And aquascaping is part science and part personal taste. You need a certain amount of rock to keep your tank healthy, and how you arrange those rocks is largely up to you. Now, before you can start any aquascaping, you need to decide what type of rock you want to use. Reef Saver rock. It's white and it takes time to color up, and it's more prone to hair algae issues. Here it is in the 10-gallon water box cube. Reef Saver rock is also the cheapest, which may be attractive to you. Carib Sea Life Rock is colored purple to make it look aged. There's also the Life Rock Tree Kit that makes stacking your rock for unique aquascaping really easy. We used the tree kit and combined it with the arch kit on the larger Fluval Flex 34.5 gallon tank. Finally, Real Reef Rock, also colored purple to make it look aged, and it comes in a variety of shapes such as shelf, branch, cup, and standard rock shapes. A variety of sizes are available as well. Once you've chosen your rock type, how much do you need to buy? More than you need so that you have choices. You don't want to put too much rock in your tank though, as that's going to look ugly and leave less swimming room for your fish. For example, here's too much rock for the 10-gallon water box cube. It looks ugly. So what do you do if the rock is too big or you want to change the shape of it? You smash it. Smash it on the ground until you get the size you want. Here I am breaking up this large piece into smaller pieces so that I have more options for how I want the aquascape to look in the 10-gallon water box cube. Smashing rock is really satisfying. You can also hit it with a hammer if you need to relieve some aggression and get the rock shape you want. Here's how the various tanks' aquascapes turned out. The 6-gallon Fluval Evo is going to have shrimp in it, so we wanted to have them a place to hide, but at a place where we could also see them, so we went with Real Reef Turbonera Cup and some Real Reef small-sized rock. The 10-gallon water box cubes was aquascaped to provide place for the gobies and the shrimp to hide, but also caves for them in hopes that they would make a home where we could see them. The 16-gallon BioCube used Carib Sea Life Rock. I combined a couple pieces to make arches and swim-throughs for the fish that is going to go in that tank. Finally, the 34.5 Fluval Flex used a combination of Carib Sea Life Rock tree and arches to provide a different looking aquascape that's easy to replicate if you like what you see. You got your tank, you got your location, you got the rock and the sand. Now there's still a couple things that you need to get your saltwater tank up and rolling. And I'm going to talk about all those things in the next episode. I'm Mark Callahan, Mr. Saltwater Tank, coming to you on behalf of SaltwaterAquarium.com. I'll catch you in the next episode.